The People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, severe weather conditions impacting the Bahamas. The nation's chief wrapped up his week-long visit to the Republic of Botswana. In sports, the youth baseball team returns home. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition starts now. Conditions topping the newscast tonight as the spring season rolls around. Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Desmond Saunders. Thank you so much for looking in. Severe weather conditions resulting in heavy downpours, strong winds and flooding in the northwest and central Bahamas. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us. He provides us with an update. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Desmond. Well, we have a rather complex weather system affecting the Bahamas, and that comprises of an upper-level low which moved across the northwest and central Bahamas overnight, dumping some 2.21 inches of rainfall. That was followed early afternoon by a surface trough out of the Gulf of Mexico, which moved across the northwest Bahamas, dumping yet another 1.01 inches of rainfall. And tonight, a trailing front out of that system that will push through the northwest Bahamas late tonight, and by midnight, we expect it to clear the capital. And once that happens, we will see skies clearing, returning to much sunny conditions tomorrow. Desmond?
There's lots of flooding around the capital, and one area normally impacted is Bay Street. We spoke to several persons traversing the streets today. Streets in the downtown district this morning. Severe weather conditions making some areas virtually impassable for motorists on Daswell and Shirley streets. There is very little activity downtown Nassau, West Bay Street, and near the nation's cruise port, with some visitors opting to stay indoors. Weather conditions impacting businesses within the nation's tourism industry. For bus driver Ricardo McKenzie and tourist vendor Akeem Brooks, conditions were not favorable.
This area flooded, Pinewood flooded, and that's really bad for business, because when we ride these buses through waters and stuff, sometimes we mess up our engine. That's like $5,000 to fix the engine back, depending on the depth of the water or whatever. Some buses can knock off. They ain't even coming out on the road right now.
Basically, the whole downtown was basically flooded. From I came out this morning, all I see is water.
Residents now closely monitoring weather conditions with hopes of conditions clearing up real soon. Braving adverse conditions, our news team roamed the streets here in the capital and Grand Bahama to provide stories of the overnight aftermath. We start our team coverage in the south with Devontae Hanna.
It's a scene that's becoming all too familiar. As you can see, the rain is still coming down and residents are still moving in and out of the streets. But the water here and the flood levels has reached ankle level, and of course, it's just the start as this system continues to weather on. We began to see the brunt of it last night, but the effects we were able to see throughout the day. Downed trees, flooded streets. This as rain barreled down overnight and into the day over southern New Providence. Conditions resulting in severe flooding in high-traffic areas like Carmichael Road and Pinewood Gardens, which was almost rendered impassable without a truck. Forecasters say the severe weather began shortly after midnight on Saturday, pummeling low-lying areas of the south. Wind gusts reached gale force strength, leaving authorities to warn residents to safeguard their properties. Now, meteorologists predict that we could see some 8 inches of downfall here in the capital and, of course, throughout the Bahamas and the northwest Bahamas, which could pose a problem for the smaller vehicles that move throughout these streets. But for right now, I'm going to send it over to my colleague Carvel Pyfram, who's in western New Providence.
Unfortunately, not all areas of New Providence went unscathed. For instance, here along Western Carmichael Road, we've encountered several BPL crews. They are working, doing assessments, and in some cases restoring power to customers who've been without it now since the wee hours of the morning. The good news, these crews tell us, is that there should be full restoration real soon. Tyrone Swaby and his crew from BPL were on scene from about 8 Saturday morning. An outage from the system impacting a significant portion of the West Carmichael corridor.
This has the main Carmichael Road off, so we're going to repair this line
and make it better than it was before. So as a result, we have less accidents that happen today.
Well, power restoration, the least of worries here at the Glad Pilgrim Apostolic Church. Massive pieces of concrete falling from the roof that was under construction, landing on the vehicles in the driveway, undoubtedly leaving thousands of dollars in damages. Pastor Calvin Camp says he thought he was in the midst of a tornado. His Golden Isles Road church violently rocked early Saturday morning.
I heard a loud noise, bang, and then all the current, everything went off. And so at that time, I couldn't come outside to see what was going on. But as I look around through the window, I didn't see anything. But when I came out this morning, I was so amazed to see all of this is what happened.
Weather out west creating traffic hurdles. Drivers forced to slow down. Streets became streams and roads rivers, and it's only expected to get worse. At the country's main travel gateway, some delays for passengers trying to get in, but officials otherwise not too worried.
This weather system that's impacting us is pretty much impacting the entire east coast of the United States, and so we do see some delays from some of those city pairs that we have direct flights to, but we will continue to watch that across the day and adjust as we need to adjust.
Well, as for the situation worsening, it appears as though it already has. Now, officials here at the Lyndon Bindling International Airport will continue to monitor the situation to see what steps they'll have to take next. That is it for the situation here in Western New Providence. My colleague, Charlia Jones, watching things out in the east for us. Let's go to Charlia. Charlia?
We are currently in the Yamacar Beach area where the effects of last night's rainfall has left us standing in ankle-deep water. Now we are in front of the Freedom Farms, where usually you can expect this to be bustling on a Saturday, but the effects of last night's rain has left this park inoperable. These severe weather conditions resulting in poles and utility lines being blown down. Resident of the St. Andrew Beach Estates recalls the incident that occurred around 3 a.m. this morning, leaving he and his neighbors powerless.
All I heard was whoop, but I didn't even come outside to see what was going on. And the pole was extended also, so I think it got kicked from underneath, and it just sling back. And you see, as you can see, the ground line from the house ripped off. Also with the other persons, and we out of power now.
A resident of the Yamacara Beach area says his home normally does not experience flooding, but he believes the problem stems from the island's infrastructure.
Fix the drainage. Probably the drainage will clog up, and probably that's the main problem, the drainage.
Now the Met Office is urging residents to equip their homes with the necessary precautions for this upcoming hurricane season. We take a look at Grand Bahama with our Shane Stubbs.
Thanks, Charlio. Well, as conditions continue to deteriorate here in Grand Bahama, it didn't dampen the mood of most residents who just planned to ride out the weather the best way they knew how.
Well, we was planning, always trying to spend it by going by the baseball park and being with the kids doors, but that off. So I planned to come in this project right there and get a couple of vehicles, put up some lights for the day. And if it rain again tomorrow, we'll come back here, put up some more lights.
You know anybody making soup?
Boy, this is a good soup, you know. I got some pumpkin home. I want to make some pumpkin soup. That's not like I need to go home and take that pumpkin home and make some pumpkin soup for this weekend.
For 60 visiting ladies of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated who traveled from Florida, it didn't deter them from making a significant donation to the Beacon School, while also enjoying what the island has to offer.
Despite how the weather was, this was just very important for us to do. So we brought our raincoats out and we packed the items that we needed to make sure that they got here. The weather doesn't really change anything about what we do.
The rest of the day, I think we're going to do the straw market, and then we'll be back on the boat. We'll be headed back. The weather's rain, snow, sleet, or hail. We're here.
Senior Met Officer in the Department of Meteorology, Trinard Tynes, giving an update on what to expect in the coming hours.
The stronger of the two systems will work its way southeastward to the rest of the archipelago, as the second will move in on Sunday morning. Severe weather conditions are quite likely. There's a good chance for the continued threat for strong severe thunderstorm activity. For our boaters, under these severe weather conditions, all form of sea activity should be prohibited. The public is advised to remain vigilant due to the continued threat for a few strong to severe thunderstorms.
Again, residents are urged to err on the side of caution if they're traversing the streets, as conditions are expected to clear up in the coming day or so. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shane Stubbs.
Severe weather conditions also impacting power supply in the capital. Bahamas Power and Light on the ground for most of the day, restoring electricity to impacted communities. Senior Manager, Corporate Communications at Bahamas Power and Light, Annette Ingram.
Our team has been working throughout the day, despite being hampered by the continuance of the inclement weather. So there are a number of areas where we have issues like down poles and power lines, and we're kindly asking customers, if you're in any of these areas, to just please avoid contact with any of these lines, because there is a possibility that they could be energized. Some of the areas where there are down poles and power lines, London Avenue, and that's in Millers Heights. We have areas off in Stapleton, Kiskadee Drive, Fox Hill, and the Sandilands Village area, St. Andrews Beach Estates, Palmetto Avenue, and Claridge and Carl Road areas. We also have reports of outages in other areas, including South Ocean, Somerset Estates, Adelaide, and Lyford Hills and Venetian West.
Still to come, Prime Minister Davis wrapping up his state visit to Botswana. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. More after this.
Tune into the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m. Live on the ZNS TV network from Sandals Royal Bahamian in beautiful Nassau, Bahamas, with live performances by Nishi LS, Julian Believe, Wendy 242, Sammy Starr, Patrice Morel, Shine Bahamas, Ilsha, Fan Sean, Judah the Lion, Carrington McKenzie, Alia Coley, Osley and Jadort, Sherwin Gardner, Colin Christopher, Davian Chase, and many more. Hosted by Sherelle Roxy Star Duncombe. That's the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, April 6th, live on the ZNS TV network from Sandals Royal Bahamian.
Join me, Sherelle Roxy Star Duncombe, as I host this year's Elevation Awards. Because I support the culture, and you should too.
Catch the 5th Annual Elevation Awards, Saturday, April 6th at 6 p.m., only on ZNS TV 13.
Since 1974, the National Insurance Board has been an income replacement safety net.
But to ensure our future remains secure, starting July 1st, 2024, contribution rates will increase and will continue to be shared by employers and employees.
We will be sharing more information in the upcoming months. But for now, get more details on nibrateincrease.com.
Invest in tomorrow today with NIB.
Because together, we can ensure our financial future.
Get to grow, keeping you in the know, keeping you in the know. God, that's good enough to eat, that is good to grow. It's good enough to eat, that is good to grow.
Abaco Big Bird is revamping the way they farm with its $45,000 hatchery, which has recently been brought on stream. Farm Operations Manager Lance Pender tells us this will revolutionize production efforts.
We've been having a really tough time getting the young chickens, which has really hampered our growth a lot. So we decided to put in a small hatchery. This is really a test hatchery for us right now, but it could supply like 60% of our needs at this time. And what it does is it gives us more options to find source. Like you can source eggs in Europe, but chicks are a lot more difficult, or you can source the eggs in the U.S.
Pender says the farm can get some 5,000 birds from one batch every 3 weeks. He adds that they'll be ready for market in about 2 months.
So this is 2 months worth of food that we already have in the country on hand. So it just extends our food supply if we have any shortages, because it's already food that's here.
So how does this whole thing work? Pinder explains.
So what happens is the eggs come in when they come in cool. They have to be 65 degrees, so it stops the embryo from developing. So they come in chilled, and then we load them into this. These are called the setters. These three machines here, these are the setters. They each hold 2,160 eggs.
They'll be in that chamber for 18 days. From there, the eggs move to the hatcher chambers.
So the hatchers are a little different. The eggs go in baskets inside on their side, and where if you saw it here, they were pointed down. And then they're in there for 3 days. And after 3 days, we go in there, and all the chicks are hatched out, and we carry them and put them in the barn. And then they're in the barn for anywhere from 6 to 7 weeks, depending on the size bird that we need.
From there, the birds are packaged and shipped off to market at multiple locations across the country. Pinder adds that the farm hopes to expand its operations soon. Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Leah Cooper.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Welcome back. Family members on the island of Andros grieving tonight as 2 persons lost their lives in a car crash early this morning. For more, here's Public Affairs and Communications Officer Inspector Desiree Ferguson.
The incident occurred on Saturday, the 23rd of March, 2024, shortly before 1 a.m. on Queens Highway, just south of Stanyard Creek. According to initial reports, a 43-year-old Caucasian male was driving a red Toyota truck, while an unidentified male was driving a black Honda vehicle. He was carrying 3 passengers, an adult male and 2 adult females, when the collision occurred between both vehicles. The district medical doctor, while on the scene, examined the 2 injured drivers, found no signs of life, and pronounced them dead. The passengers were transported to the First Creek Medical Clinic for observation. The adult male is currently in critical condition, while the 2 female passengers are in stable condition.
Well, yesterday we reported on a boating incident on Eleuthera that claimed the lives of 2 foreign nationals and 2 Bahamans being injured. Responding to the tragedy in a press statement, a company representative says, "We regret that while calling at Half Moon Cay, the Bahamas, there was an incident in an engineering space on board New Amsterdam, which sadly resulted in the death of 2 crew members. The appropriate authorities were notified and the cause of the incident being investigated. All of us at Holland America Line are deeply saddened by this incident, and our thoughts and prayers are with our team members' families at this difficult time. The safety, security, and welfare of all guests and crew are the company's absolute priority. We are offering counseling services to team members who've been affected by the incident," end quote. Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, wrapping up his week-long visit to the Republic of Botswana this morning, calling the trip profound and hailing it as meaningful and productive as he thanked the people and government of the African nation for their warmth and hospitality.
Standing up for our own national interests requires building alliances and partnerships to work together for more just outcomes and to unlock new avenues for opportunity.
Botswana President thanked the Prime Minister and this Bahamian delegation for visiting his country. He also reaffirmed his support of the Bahamas and CARICOM's efforts in stabilizing Haiti.
I want to thank you for the support you expressed on those matters where we converged with respect to our commitment to making sure that there is peaceful resolution to conflicts that besiege our regions. In Haiti, I know you're working very actively hard, CARICOM.
More on the crisis in Haiti. In a press statement from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the ministry wishes to advise of the evacuation of 3 remaining members of the diplomatic staff posted at the Embassy of the Bahamas in Haiti. Chargé d'Affaires at the embassy, Captain Godfrey Roll, and 2 other officers will monitor the ongoing situation in Port-au-Prince remotely from Nassau. Deterioration of the security situation in Port-au-Prince assisting the ministry's decision to evacuate and not any indication that the embassy or its personnel were targeted. The statement continues. The government of the Bahamas is committed to continued diplomatic presence in Haiti when conditions permits and as necessities dictate. The Bahamas remains committed to supporting the Haitian people during this political transition period.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
ESE Distributors, the #1 wholesale beauty supplier in the Bahamas, specializing in hair products, accessories, and makeup. A variety of skin lightening products, Keratin, Natural Bright, Pawpaw, and personal toiletries, like soaps, creams, lotion, and oils. Hair products like Got2b, Red One, and everything in the Morphos line. And lots of hair. Afro Kinky, 3X Ghana, crochet hair. We deliver and ship to the Family Islands. ESE Distributors, located on Soldier Road opposite NCA.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Everyone hates a dead car battery. Why not get a battery that lasts and has a 12-month warranty and is only $64.50? Intercontinental batteries are made with German technology, compatible with Japanese, US, and European vehicles, and adapts to warm climates. All right, good to go. These batteries are high quality, affordable, innovative, and only available at AID. Visit us online or WhatsApp us at 427-0026. AID, all you really need and more.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Williams back with a special promotion for BahamasAir.com and GoGo Florida. The $100 deposit is back, but it's only on your debit card. So whether you're renting that sedan, SUV, or spacious minivan for group or family trips, keep your cash in your pocket. Only Dollar Thrifty is making it convenient for you. Your $100 deposit held on your debit card. Available at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Orlando. Book your 8-passenger minivan for Easter and to save.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Saturday Sports, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. We're a team that wasn't supposed to be in the Dominican Republic. Bahamas Baseball Association officials saying they couldn't be happier with the way Team Bahamas performed at the recently held World Baseball Softball Confederation's Under-15 Baseball Pan American Tournament. The Bahamas finished in a three-way tie for third in their group with a 2-3 win-loss record, just missing out on advancement to the final round of play by virtue of net runs. Brazil won the tiebreaker and advanced to the 5th, 6th place game overall. Yesterday, the BBA holding the press conference to celebrate the team for its feat.
It's to watch them go out there and play with all those teams, just expecting to beat us every game, probably blow us out too. And them just sticking in there against Dominican and Mexico and a lot of those teams have a lot of guys that pretty soon are going to be signing professional contracts. Some teams up to $20 million just sitting on the field, and them just going out there and competing and trying to win.
The Bahamas Baseball Association is on a task right now, and we are having a lot of tournaments that we're going to have these young guys engage in, these young men. Next for this U15 is we having the Caribbean Cup, which will be held in Freeport in a few months. So the task ahead you is hard, but y'all could do it.
Still on baseball, it was a memorable night on Friday for Bahama Collegiate baseball player Dante Stewart as the senior second baseman hit for the cycle for his University of Memphis Tigers baseball team as they would open up conference play with a 16-7 win over South Florida. With the win, the Tigers got back to 500 at 12-12. Stewart completed his cycle and went 5 for 5 on the night with a triple in the top of the ninth to help fire up the team. He also scored 4 runs and was walked once. In college basketball news, Yolette Maxey-McCoon and Ole Miss Lady Rebels set to open up their NCAA tournament appearance this evening against the 10th seed Marquette Golden Eagles. Coach Yo and the Lady Rebs shocking the world last year by advancing to the Sweet 16 and are hoping for a similar run in 2024. She spoke to the media ahead of the game on why her team is built for March.
The whole philosophy, our language, how we talk, how we think, that's the origin. And we've been doing it since year 3 at Ole Miss. And he said, if you keep doing it, you'll be able to be deep in the tournament. And the reason why is because it's very hard to simulate because it's a system. So usually when we play teams, we don't spend a lot of time saying, hey, with this action, we'll guard it this way. No, we have a way we guard actions, we guard ball screens, we guard, and that's where our players' confidence is built.
And on the men's side, it was a tough out for A.J. Storr and his Wisconsin Badgers in the opening round of the NCAA tournament as they would be upset by the 12th seed James Madison Duke 72-61. The Badgers had appeared to turn the corner with a strong showing in the Big Ten tournament, but against James Madison, the team immediately reverted to the form that had them go 3-8 over an 11-game span in February and March. From an individual standpoint, Storr finished the game with 13 points and 4 rebounds in 27 minutes of game time. A stellar individual season for Storr would come to an end, who led the Badgers in scoring this year at 16.8 points per game. The sophomore has received some potential NBA draft buzz, so he will have some very important decisions to make over the next few months in regard to testing the NBA draft waters or returning to Wisconsin. And that's my look at your sports on this Saturday. I'll check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
For more than 30 years, the Bahamas Bridal Show has prepared thousands of brides and grooms for the walk down the aisles. On Sunday, April 7th, that tradition continues when the Grand Ballroom at Bahama is transformed into the ultimate wedding experience, featuring a fashion show by Buttons Bridal and Formal Wear, $30,000 in prizes, savings on wedding expenses, and the most wonderful displays you'll ever see. Tickets $60. Call 327-8896 or visit bahamasevents.net for details.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Here at Immigration Care Service, you can trust us, especially if you have experienced issues or problems with the U.S. immigration at the borders. We'll do our best to provide options and solutions to immigration roadblocks so travelers can continue visiting the U.S. and residents can continue living their lives in the U.S. without worries. The best part? Our services are affordable and accessible. Take the mystery, confusion, and fear out of your immigration concerns. Contact Immigration Care Service today.
From all across our archipelago, 492 entrepreneurs embarked on an extraordinary journey at the Young Innovators Boot Camp. Now, only the best innovators have emerged, and they're ready to take on the ultimate challenge, pitching their line of authentic Bahamian products to an intimidating panel of judges. Join us for the thrill of a lifetime on the road to the Ultimate Challenge Pitch Competition, airing on ZNS TV 13, Monday, March 25th at 8 p.m. Witness the birth of new Bahamian innovators. The Ultimate Challenge awaits. Don't you miss it.
Have you ever purchased a defective item and was denied an exchange or cash refund? Contact the Consumer Protection Commission at 393-7795 through 8 or our 24-hour complaints hotline at 357-7898 and let us help your voice be heard.
Hey, get up, stand up for your right.
Time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Any clearing up in the tropics, Basil?
Good evening, Desmond. In our final look at weather, after an afternoon of heavy showers and thunderstorms, we now have some light rain showers with a temperature of 70 degrees. Relative humidity quite high at 91%. We have westerly winds at 11 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,009.2 millibars. That is 29.80 inches. And your temperatures around the Fami Valley this evening, a cool 69 in Marshall, Babaco, Green Tulkey at 72 degrees, 72 also in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the Berry Island, 69, Allenstown, Bimini, 71 degrees, 67 in Harbor Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, 71, Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 71 degrees as well. And then we're picking up 72s in Kemp Space, Andros, and Black Point, Exuma, Otterstown, Cat Island, 71, San Salvador, 72 degrees, Rum Key, 68 degrees in Ragged Island, 83, and those 83 also occurring in Clarence Sound, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Megawana, and Ackland, Matitani, Nagua, 80 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands, 81 degrees. Your boating forecast for the northwest and central islands tonight. Southwest to west wind speeds 15 to 20 knots, but those winds will be shifting northwest behind that frontal system, which we expect to go through just around midnight, and that will usher in some cooler temperatures over the next several days. Seas, they're going to be 4 to 7 feet over the ocean, and that means caution flags remain in place for boaters in the northwest and central parts of our country, with a high tide taking place at 7:57 this evening. For the southeast Bahamas tonight, southeast to south winds 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet. And we keep caution flags for the southeast Bahamas as well. Now, tomorrow, Sunday, for all areas, we're going to have a northwest to west flow at 15 to 20 knots, wave heights holding at 4 to 7 feet. So the caution flags will continue through tomorrow for the entire archipelago. Now, high tide, 8:18 in the morning, low tide taking place at 2:29 in the afternoon. Our forecast map showing that frontal boundary now across central Florida. Right now, it's sinking towards the south and east. The low itself is pushing rapidly towards the north, and that front will trigger some more heavy showers and thunderstorms over the northwest Bahamas tonight, right up until about midnight. Then we expect some clearing as that front works its way into the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands by tomorrow morning. Tonight, we are looking at windy with periods of heavy rains and thunderstorms, reducing visibility and causing street flooding. So once again, we are appealing to motorists to exercise extreme caution on the streets. 71 degrees for your low temperature, and tomorrow, mostly sunny, windy, and less humid. High temperature tomorrow after all of this rain will get up to 80 degrees. And your extended weather forecast, beautiful weather shaping up right into the early part of next week. So we'll see those temperatures in the upper 70s during the daytime. It wouldn't be until about Thursday of next week that we'll pop another 80. But look at those nighttime temperatures, very comfortable for this time of the year, March. And we'll see those 60s holding right into the weekend. Desmond.
Thank you. Just before we end the newscast, I want to send a birthday greeting to Cassidy Henfield from Davina Johnson. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. That ends Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching. Good night.